Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
To creating a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable environment for all fans in WPSL matchup presented by Capital Health. Tonight, we bring you a matchup that features FC Monmouth and Real Central New Jersey. Now, let's meet the officials. The referee is Stephanie Whelan. The assistant referees are Liam Brett and Thomas Polisella. And the fourth official this evening is Anthony Battaglia. Now, for the starting 11, let's meet our friends from FC Monmouth. Starting in goal from Lancaster Bible College, 0, Sage Santa Cruz. On defense from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, number 2, Marley Besser. On defense from Merrimack College, number 5, Sophia Gelanella. At midfield from the University of Connecticut, number 8, Gabby Miller. Also at midfield from LaSalle University, number 9, Alexis Garcia. At midfield from the University of Akron, number 10, Reese Paget. At forward from the University of Miami, number 15, Ali Serlenga. At midfield from Mount St. Mary's University, number 16, Peyton Gallagher. On defense from Northeastern University, number 21, Ava Gelanella. At midfield from Westchester University, number 24, Kiana Barber. And on defense from Central Connecticut State University, number 41, Leah Howe. The head coach of FC Monmouth is Lou Santa Cruz, with equipment manager Charlie Shermer. And now, the starting 11 for Real Central New Jersey. Starting in goal from the University of Scranton, 0, Mackenzie Van Arsdale. On defense from Drexel University, number 4, Adriana Salsano. At midfield from Bucknell University, number 10, Lizzie Arthur. At forward from TCNJ, 15, Taylor Curra. At midfield from the University of Rhode Island, number 18, Lindsay Hines. On defense from American University, number 21, Natalia Cruz. At midfield from Bucknell University, number 28, Riley Hayes. On defense from the University of Cincinnati, 32, Allison Gilbert. At midfield from TCNJ, number 38, Jenny Ward. At forward from American University, number 41, Bella Miller. And at midfield from Goldie Beacom College, number 45, Miley Jones. The head coach of Real Central New Jersey Soccer, Brian Thompson. Joined by Kim Maurer, Jamie Skorupski, and Ben Chernelik. At this time, we ask everyone to please rise if you are able and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Mercer County Community College and MCCC Soccer Stadium for this WPSL East Region Game of the Week between the host Real Central New Jersey and the visitors and FC Monmouth. Thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. I'm Gerasimo Strivasiliou. Alongside me is Max Found. This is actually the second half of a doubleheader between these two clubs. We had a League for Clubs matchup earlier between these two teams, and now we have a Women's Premier Soccer League match where both these squads are going to try to really go out and see where if they can rise up in the rankings within the Mid-Atlantic Conference.
Well, if we saw anything from what we saw in the first game, we're in for a treat, Gerasimus. That was one filled with a lot of opportunities by both teams, a lot of scoring chances. It did end in a 1-1 draw, but going to this game, you know, this is a huge game. Like you said, the Eastern Conference Game of the Week, so a big test for both sides in FC Monmouth and the hosts, Real Central. It should be a good one.
It absolutely should, and for Real Central, 2-0-1, 2 wins and a loss, 4th in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division with 6 points. FC Monmouth 1-1-2, 2 losses and a win. With 1 draw gives them 4 points. They're 6th of 9 teams in the division. So Real Central, if they want to keep competing amongst the top of the division, a win tonight would be huge. Meanwhile, FC Monmouth, they desperately need something to go their way once again if they want to stay in the mix. And we are underway here from Mercer County Community College. Another beautiful night, hot and humid. We saw some cramps earlier. Hopefully we don't see much more of that in this one. Well, here comes Real Central to start things off as it's cleared out for a throw-in.
It forced a clearance from Ava Gelinella at the start, and that was a good push so far from Real Central to get an early look in this game.
Near the goal line, and it'll be left out of play for a goal kick. The first bit of action for Sage Santa Cruz with FC Monmouth, the keeper. Played back and then hit high into the sky. Knocked back forward by Adriano Salzano. Real Central trying to get their first shot off here. The attempt blocked. And that one came from Jenny Ward. Now FC Monmouth, their first bit of possession. Played out wide for Gelinella. Plays it ahead for Kiana Barber. Now in the midfield. A switch of fields here. Leah Howe goes wide. Tried to play across. A nice deflection on the far side by Natalia Kroos.
Yeah, big deflection there from Kroos, and a good feed in the middle from Gabby Miller, finding the outside of Howe's feet. And that's a good start from FC Monmouth after they were on their back heels a little bit to start from the push of Real Central.
Pass down the middle. Now crossed inside, a shot. Possible deflection. The officials say no, a goal kick. So it looks like Reese Podjeff was in the area. Here comes the goal kick from Mackenzie Van Arsdale. Drives this one to the left side. Headed back for Salzano. And Kroos does a good job. He, despite being trapped, knocks it off a defender.
Really good turn. Out of pressure. She had 2 white jerseys in the area, and Kroos able to win the throw out of it.
Back with FC Monmouth. But some good defense again to win it back if you're Real Central. Down the near side, Bella Miller slows things down a tad. Tries to make a move, trying to work around some defenders. Somehow, some way, Real Central keeps possession.
I mean, what a play by Bella Miller. She made something out of nothing right there to be able to, a nice move, dribble out of pressure.
And here comes Ward on the opposite side. Cuts back the other way. Outside the foot, touch, tries to shoot for it. Nothing doing there. Riley Hayes had a touch, but now we'll go the other way.
Yeah, both teams trying to find their footing in this game. You know, there's been moments where for FC Monmouth, they've looked good, and then Real Central New Jersey has looked strong as well in the middle.
On the near side, Barber can't get to it. Wearing that captain's armband for FC Monmouth.
Yeah, the right idea. Just got to connect a little better technically on that pass.
Miley Jones with the quick throw. Gilbert plays it quickly across field for Salzano. Kroos plays it down the line. Real Central working ahead. That pass just couldn't get to Bella Miller. Now it's with Besser. I beg your pardon, Gelinella. Knocked out of play. A quick throw upcoming.
Seen a lot of deflections so far from both teams, and kind of what we've seen overall is that, you know, they haven't really, each team has had trouble possessing the ball right now and kind of creating the space. That's a good ball.
It is a nice ball. Can Jenny Ward make something out of it? Takes a deflection, some decent action on the far side. So now another throw. Very contested along the touchline so far, as we're just 6 minutes into this match.
Both teams look really strong defensively right now, especially for FC Monmouth. They're really compact and tight, not really leaving any red jersey open in space right now.
Jenny Ward tries the turn. Here comes the cross to the far side, off the crossbar. Now it's with Miller, plays it back centrally, just couldn't find a teammate.
Man, that cross, it looked like more of a cross, but it almost went in Gerasimo's. Just had a lot more backspin and carry. We almost had our first goal of the game. That went off the top of the crossbar.
And I'm not sure Santa Cruz is ready.
No.
Miley Jones now takes her space. Plays it for Miller. Miller receives an overlap from Taylor Crott. Plays it to her. Plays it back. A nice 1-2. Here comes Bella Miller. Just couldn't find Jenny Ward inside. Santa Cruz corrals it.
Yeah, I think that cross or shot took a deflection. That definitely affected it as well.
Here comes the punt. So it bounces over everyone. The ball's still up for grabs. And finally it falls for FC Monmouth. Gabby Miller is the one who won possession, and now she has it on the near side. But a nice sliding tackle made by Allison Gilbert. That's not the first time we'll say her name.
Yeah, she made a great tackle, but it looks like she didn't even need to because it was out of play for a goal kick before she made the tackle. So, but really smart defending. Right place, right time to make a play on the ball.
Also just playing through the whistle.
Exactly.
Even despite the call being made. So Mackenzie Van Arsdale set to kick this one. Riley Jones couldn't get ahead to it there. Taken by Crott. Finds Salzano. Long ball. Can't get over Besser. Some heavy contact there. Nothing called for the time being. And finally, we'll have, by the looks of it, a free kick.
A little of a late whistle there, Gerasimus. Usually they call those right away so the play doesn't continue. But the referee kind of let things play on and then awarded the free kick. It was definitely a foul. Late shove there in the back.
I think probably the right call at the end of the day, considering the contact there, but still, as Real Central nearly took it right back. It was over the touchline, and Real Central now take over.
Yeah, both teams still trying to find themselves in this game and figure each other out, as neither team's really possessed strongly in the first 9 minutes or so in this game.
Stuck on that far side. A nifty move to try to get out of it, but now Real Central. Some heavy pressure on the back. And a nice outside of the foot pass. Miller plays it toward the middle. Here's a long try as Riley Hayes went for an ambitious one.
It's a great idea. It was a really strong idea there from Hayes, and you know, you could hear it from the sidelines as well. Keep shooting, keep shooting. That has been the motto, and you know, why not? And take those chances in the early stages of this game, and they're there for the taking.
And so far, you could tell there's a reason why Real Central has themselves in the upper part of the standings in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division. Lindsey Hines to Taylor Crott. Crott in a jam, gets out of it. Hayes was trying to look for either Jenny Ward or Bella Miller, and it looks like
A handball.
yeah, handball will result in a free kick, and this is quite the opportunity.
Yeah, this is a dangerous opportunity right outside of the 18-yard box, and a pretty obvious call for the referee to make with the head official right there. And this is going to be interesting. I would assume the way they're lined up, this is going to be a cross from Hayes, but could also be a shot as well.
Hey, you never know, as Real Central has a free kick right in FC Monmouth's backyard. Hayes, a low cross. A very creative and interesting decision. It doesn't reach any red kit there.
Yeah, I was expecting to put a little more loft on it and loft it over that wall, but she tried to go low and under that wall, and an interesting decision for Real Central.
Playing it short is Santa Cruz. Here's a ball from Peyton Gallagher. And another one. Up ahead, Gilbert is there to contest, does well. Gabby Miller, the one going band for band with Gilbert, and now we have a corner on the far side.
Yeah, it's a strong run by Gilbert, tracking back, and a really good initial through ball to set up FC Monmouth, and now they have a corner out of it.
Looks like it will be an outswinger. In it comes. A low bouncer. Cleared out for now. An opportunity squandered by Leah Howe. But won back by a hustling Kiana Barber.
Yeah, Kiana Barber might have saved a strong run there, as Real Central was up and running in Howe. So it's later to be seen if that saves a run, but really good job tracking back there from Barber.
Definitely prevented any sort of drastic shift in possession, but
Completely.
yeah, Real Central now does end up taking over, at least for the time being. That
That's gonna
pass
be
goes
out
out
of
of play.
I think for Real Central, they've been the stronger team these last few minutes. They've possessed the ball really nicely. They've built really nicely out of the back, and that's how they've kind of moved through the midfield, and it's been fun to watch.
Absolutely has. Still some good aggression from both sides in the midfield. We'll see who can break through, but here's an opportunity. Ali Solenga. And some good defending from Salzano. Still with FC Monmouth. A chance to turn and face the shot. Just goes over the crossbar. A really good opportunity for FC Monmouth. Probably their best thus far.
Yeah, and that wasn't far off. Just grimaced off the top of the crossbar, and definitely their top opportunity, and definitely one that they're willing to take from that distance. And a good push from FC Monmouth, and now both teams starting to find their groove and pace in this game and really come alive as there's opportunities at both ends of the field.
And that shot coming from Serlenga as well. Real Central starting to receive some pressure as FC Monmouth forces some nifty mistakes, I'd say. Leah Howe. Played it backward, but it was a hospital ball.
Good pressure.
And a little too much physicality from Ava Gelinella.
Yeah, and that started with the pressure from Real Central to win that free kick up on FC Monmouth's backs every single time, and they created that one. That was a good ball.
Both sides trying to bring it down to the ground. Finally, Riley Hayes does so. Gilbert has time and space. Switches fields, but just too much for Natalia Kroos.
Got to play feet there. The switch was on. It's just got to receive to the feet of a red jersey, and just too much on that pass. But a really good idea to switch the field and have options on the other side of the pitch.
Here comes a throw to Hines. Lindsey Hines thought about pulling it back, able to break away from one defender. And now Miley Jones plays a long ball, looking for Jenny Ward. Doesn't get by the back four of FC Monmouth. Taylor Crott heads it towards Ward. Ward to the far post. Charging after it, it was Lizzie Arthur, just couldn't reach.
Yeah, good idea. Just a little too much on the header, but moving the ball really nicely, and you're going to get good opportunities like they did right there.
And
That's
here's a nice
pass.
through ball. Sophia Gelinella in business on the left wing. Plays it centrally. Back to Gelinella. In comes the cross. And it looks as though Kiana Barber just couldn't get the shot off. And now Jenny Ward just out of her area. Peyton Gallagher to Gabby Miller. Miller out wide to Serlenga. Goes one-on-one with Jones, and Jones stands her ground. Still receiving some pressure, and it does force a turnover. Miller crosses it in, and a decent touch from Reese Podgeff. Just couldn't bring it down and couldn't get towards goal.
Yeah, I think she tried to bring that initial touch down. She just ran out of room and ran out of time and space. But that was a really good ball put into the box. And just these opportunities starting to mount by both teams. We just haven't seen the real threatening one yet.
18th minute, 0-0. In this WPSL Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division matchup. Looks like there will be a foul called there. A little too much on the back. There, a shove, and now a free kick. Jenny Ward tries the turn and face. And some really good defense from Leah Howe.
Yeah, it's well done by Leah Howe. Just completely outmatched and won the physicality battle there. And great defense. Great defense by Howe.
FC Monmouth working out of the back once more. Sophia Gelinella. And losing it there, Peyton Gallagher. Here comes Bella Miller to Ward. Jenny Ward able to turn. Going to her right. Can't find the window yet. Here's a strike. And goes wide of the net. Taylor Crott with the shot.
Yeah, that was a really good win there from Bella Miller initially, in an even better feed to Ward in the middle. Ward probably took a little extra touch to try and create that shot, but that's a good opportunity and really good soccer from Real Central.
And now a goal kick for Sade Santa Cruz. She's been tested so far. Nothing too crazy, but still the opportunity's mounting for Real Central. And the goal kick falls back with the team in red. Bella Miller cuts, shoots, can't score. A fantastic save from Sage Santa Cruz.
I mean, Sage Santa Cruz couldn't have read that perfectly. I mean, she started out to her left side, came back, made a really nice save to her right. But what a shot by Miller as well. That is a really good chance from Real Central, and now they have the corner out of it.
Riley Hayes to take on the near side. The cross, headed out, still in the danger zone. Hines looking to keep this alive. Real Central still with it for now, as Hayes has it here on the near side. A nice through ball for Bella Miller. Bella Miller racing for it, crosses in, takes a deflection. Here comes another corner.
Yeah, they're on the doorstep, Gerasimus, right here. These last couple of possessions they've been moving really fluently, and it's been really precise. It's been really job well done, and they're really good in transition.
So Riley Hayes to take again. Bella Miller within proximity. So maybe a close corner. Oh no, they'll send it in. Headed out by FC Monmouth. Some good defense. Sinlinga trying to advance. But back with Real Central. Gilbert plays it right up the middle. But now here comes another long ball. Reese Podgev just couldn't get there, as it's got a little too much on the back end of it.
Yeah, if they didn't put so much on that pass, they might have had an opening there. That might have been trouble for Real Central's back line.
And it looks like, as we'll see much of this game, the WPSL, and you can substitute as much as you can, and FC Monmouth are going to look to be the first ones to add fresh legs. But we'll stay tuned for that. Real Central takes it away. Lindsay Hines. Some backspin on that pass. Out wide. Arthur. Lizzie Arthur trying to beat Leah Howe on the outside, and Howe wins that battle. And now it looks like we will have our first substitution of the match.
For FC Monmouth in the 22nd minute. Checking in, number 13, Morgan Cupo.
Morgan Cupo, the one to enter for FC Monmouth, and she'll replace Peyton Gallagher. So we'll see what kind of difference Morgan Cupo can add.
And like you said, with the unlimited subs, they can kind of, when something's not working, they can kind of adapt quickly and then bring someone else on who hasn't seen the field in this game.
This ball in no man's land, and Allison Gilbert will be the one to get to it, play it back for Van Arsdale. That passed just a little offline. But the through ball from Reese Podgev, I think not according to the blueprint she had in mind.
Yeah. Good idea. Just for FC Monmouth, they have some openings. They just a little too much on these passes right now.
Crott plays it down the line. Arthur has minimal space. We'll see what she can do with this. Once again, Leah Howe able to keep up.
Yeah, and for both teams, they're doing it, especially for Real Central. They do such a nice job of tracking their man, and they do a really good job of getting back into the play and making a play on the ball, and that's job well done, and credit to their defense has been up for the task of this game since the opening whistle.
Cruz with some nifty footwork. And now Salzano with a nice chip in there. Jenny Ward, a header. But some good reflexes from Sage Santa Cruz, and that's, from our tally, the second key save she's made.
Yeah, that's good hands from Sage Santa Cruz. Had it pretty well covered there, but a really good setup and idea there from Real Central. Almost a handball there by FC Monmouth.
Looks like Real Central is lining up some substitutions of their own soon, but we'll see what FC Monmouth can do before then. Ali Serlenga. A low cross. Gilbert has it for now, but back with Serlenga. Serlenga trying to work on Miley Jones. Jones shielding away, able to win back possession and clear it out.
Yeah, and that's really impressive from Miley Jones. She had her back turned, so she couldn't. It was going to be difficult for her to make a play, and she not only took it away, but she kept it in play and then made a turn and cleared it out of bounds. Really, job well done.
In the 25th minute.
It looks like Anna Guido and Lena Mayer.
24, Lena Major. And making her Real Central New Jersey debut, number 5, Anna Guido.
Well, that's news to us, Max.
Lizzie Arthur, number 18, Lindsay Hines.
A WPSL debut for Anna Guido.
Yeah, that's something you don't usually get the pleasure of calling, but we have a debut on our hands, Strasmo.
We also have an offsides call here. Morgan Cupo just beyond the back four of Real Central, but also entering Lena Mayer. So now goal kick coming up for Mackenzie Van Arsdale. Serlenga with the header. Gets it ahead for Gabby Miller. Now Real Central. Gross. Her through ball doesn't get by. But her deflection will result in a throw-in coming up. Thrown down the line. A nice 1-2. Played ahead by Barber and just couldn't get it to Morgan Cupo. But some interesting development here from FC Monmouth.
Yeah, Morgan Cupo, who came onto this game as a substitute. She was almost through there. She was appealing for a foul as she was saying her jersey got tugged, but no call by the referee there.
FC Monmouth win it back again. They're starting to possess a little bit more in these last few minutes.
They are. They've definitely had kind of ticked up the opportunities here and had the more fair share of them, but it's been a really solid game by both teams. This is a good opportunity here.
It is a shot and just goes wide. Quite the attempt, and FC Monmouth starting to get some good opportunities of their own.
Yeah, they just keep on mounting right now, Gerasimus. I thought that one was going in. It somehow just kept on going and went out of play, but that could have been a goal, and FC Monmouth could have had the 1-0 lead, but they are starting to feel it now, and they're taking their shots, and they got their chances in front of net.
Reese Podjeff has had a slow start, but she's starting to pick it up with some touches in the attacking third. Miley Jones trying to prevent this through ball. Is able to split defenders to get to Salzano. Kroos. Up the middle. but stripped by FC Monmouth. They'll try to work out of it. Podgif. And now the through ball intended for Serlenga. Back with Serlenga. A chance. Takes a deflection. And it looks like we'll have a corner on the far side.
Yeah, that was an important deflection because that deflection, that might have been on net and a tough one to handle. So now they'll have a corner out of it. Another dangerous opportunity here is, again, like we've been talking about, the opportunities are starting to mount and they're getting much better looks.
And it will be Ali Serlenga to send this one in with her left foot. Here comes the cross, right at the near post. Salzano's there for now. Still being fought for. This shot sails over the crossbar. A lot of these shots are coming in from FC Monmouth. Just can't find, or just can't get them on target.
No, they definitely have some carry on them, and they're coming from all over all the parts of the field. And they've definitely had their chances. And for Real Central New Jersey, you got to change things up a little bit because you're not going to get away with these pretty soon often.
Another sub for FC Monmouth. Alexis Garcia exits. And Logan Myers will enter. So it goes over the touchline here. Another throw. Both these squads working from the outside of the pitch. So we've seen a good bit of throw-ins so far in this one, as we now surpass the half-hour mark. Miller to Myers in her first bit of action. Leah Howe plays it down the line. Kupo down the middle. Podgif's there. Knocked out for now. And it looks like Real Central will win this battle. They win the 50-50 ball thanks to Lena Major.
I mean, Gerasimo's quite a ball from Kupo, looking for Podgif right there in the box. And Arsdale had to come out and make herself big and did a really good job of doing so.
Substitution for Real Central New Jersey in the 31st.
Looks like Miley Jones will get a little bit of a break as Alexander Van Arsdale will get her first bit of action on the pitch.
Miley Jones.
Looks like we also have another substitution for FC Monmouth as Kaylee Nagel will enter.
Substitution for FC Monmouth in the 31st minute.
And they're trying to advance here.
For number 5, Sophia Gelinella.
Serlenga can't get to the end of that as it's picked up by Mackenzie Van Arsdale.
That was a really good initial touch there from Podgif. Just nobody in the area and couldn't find her feet.
Jenny Ward with a nice header. Riley Hayes plays it for Kraus.
Looks like there's going to be some more substitutions coming in here.
It's about that time of the half.
Your attention, please. Substitutions for both teams in the 33rd minute.
We'll see what these substitutions are.
Number 8, Bryn Kozlowski.
So Bryn Kozlowski enters for Real Central, as well as Sydney Ragland up top.
And number 41, Bella Miller. The substitution for FC Monmouth checking in.
Oh, and Taylor Krotz trying to keep up with this one.
Yeah, and
just down the line.
Just couldn't match the physicality with Podgif coming full steam ahead right there, and had no choice but to kick it out of bounds.
We have even more substitutions coming in. So now throwing incoming for FC Monmouth.
For both teams in the 34th minute.
Throwing goes over the head.
First for Real Central New Jersey into the game, number 20.
Another throwing being fought for.
And number 19, Bridget Cuddy. In for number 21.
Mackenzie Van Arsdale takes care of this one.
Riley Hayes. The substitutions for FC Monmouth. Returning to action, number 24, Kiana Barber.
I think for
Replacing number 15, Ali Serlanga.
I think for Real Central too, they kind of found their footing early in this game and kind of been on their back heels these last 10 minutes or so.
Here's Morgan Cupo.
Should be a corner.
Some good shot selection. And another deflection results in another corner.
Yeah, that's a really nice play by Cupo and good awareness of where she is in the field. She realized she was going to get a deflection, so she took that shot right away and gets a corner right out of it.
So here comes another corner for FC Monmouth. We'll see if they can capitalize here. The outswinger, Taylor Crock got a little touch onto it. And Real Central escapes. They're looking to keep going. And they're off and running. A little too big of a touch there from Brennan Kozlowski.
Yeah, it was a good idea there to set up Kozlowski. She just took that extra touch and couldn't really get her footing underneath of it. But that's much better style of play there from Real Central New Jersey to be able to create some chances moving forward.
Here's the throw. Real Central takes it back. And a nice switch of fields. Here comes Alexa Van Arsdale. Tana Guido, and that shot driven well, goes wide to that left post.
Not far off. I mean, that is exactly what Real Central is asking for, and head coach Brian Thompson wants out of his players. And move that ball quick, move it forward, create some shots. They did that right there, Jim Erasmus.
And, you know, at the start of this match, Max, I felt like we saw a lot of Real Central. Now it just seems to be kind of like a back and forth. We're seeing chance after chance on both ends.
Yeah, and they almost had it back, but given right back to FC Monmouth. But, yeah, that's exactly what you want from both teams, and couldn't have asked for more with we entering under 10 minutes of the first half.
Here's the throw. The through ball up the middle. Nothing doing there. Mackenzie Van Arsdale hasn't been tested heavily so far. There's been a few shots that have just gone off target.
No, she hasn't really had to do much back there in that. She had that one coming off her line. That was really good footwork to be able to get a piece of that. But outside of that, it's been quiet for Arsdale in net.
And a little too much contact there as we will go the other way. Hannah Spear, the one taking in that contact. And it's quickly taken. Gilbert takes some space, plays it for Alexandra Van Arsdale. And this one cleared all the way back. Gilbert has to chase after it with Cupo on her back.
Great clearance to be able to get that under pressure and able to clear that out. If maybe there wasn't as much on the clearance, they might have had a chance there and an opportunity.
Things have cooled off here at Mercer County Community College for the most part. Still a hot, humid day, just Not scorching like it was before.
Yeah, and hopefully no storms in the area.
That's always a hope. As Lena Major just couldn't hang in with it there.
Both teams trying to move quick right now. They got the first half starting to come to an end.
Your attention, please.
Both teams going to want to try and get on the score sheet, and either one try to have a lead going into the first half would be huge. There's been opportunities there, but I feel there outside of that save by Santa Cruz where she made that diving save, there hasn't really been that threatening opportunity to make a statement in this game.
A possible opportunity here. And Serlenga unable to get a shot off as Gilbert makes a nice tackle. Now charging down the right wing. Here comes Anna Guido. Showed off some decent pace there, just couldn't find a body inside. Now on the near side. Versnell plays it back. Kupo just can't get a touch there. As Gilbert will play it safely to Mackenzie Van Arsdale, her keeper. And an unlucky occurrence there on the far side for Real Central and company. Now a throw for FC Monmouth.
Yeah, and that was a good pressure there from FC Monmouth to be able to prevent that opportunity from arising for Real Central, but they get the ball back here on the throw in.
Lena Major's throw. Falled back with FC Monmouth, but now back with the ladies in red. So goal kick upcoming, but before that, looks like Taylor Crott might re-enter.
Your attention,
Yeah, to get it some fresh legs in before the end of this first half.
In the 41st minute. Checking back
Both teams expect them to push, try and get that goal in this game and make a statement, so we still have a 0-0 game.
Being fought for in the midfield. A nice
Beautiful
Meg,
feed.
nice Meg to play a pass there. Unfortunately, that ball from D. Eugenia unable to get to Cupo.
Yeah, something I noticed is that FC Monmouth, they've put a lot on some of these crosses, and they're not reaching the feet of a white jersey. So maybe if they have some softer touches and try and connect on these passes, they can get something going, moving offensively.
Versnell surrounded by red kits. Still in the middle as they're trying to work it around FC Monmouth. On the far side, too big of a hit to ignore, as it will now be a free kick from the far side.
Yeah, that's kind of a foul you can kind of afford to give in that area on that far side. It's a hard position off of a free kick, but nothing less than an opportunity for FC Monmouth to get a goal could come off this set piece.
Ava Gelanella sends it in. Kupo's header just goes wide.
Yeah, it was a really good ball from Gelanella as it gave Kupo a chance. Her header just sails wide over the net, but a really strong ball off the set piece and put it into a dangerous position in that box. Just Kupo got too much underneath it.
Time winding down in this first half, and even if you don't get a goal, whichever team can maybe put together some decent opportunities, I mean, momentum could be huge going into half number 2.
Completely. It's about getting things to build on in that second half, as that's going to sail out of bounds. But even if you don't get a goal, but say you get a lot of shots, you're building it really nicely in the possession, switching the field, picking your head up, seeing what's open, you can work on that, and that can lead to goals in the second half.
Well, we'll see what these teams can do in little time left in this first half. Things have been roughly slow here and there. Just, I think both sides just trying to find a way to make that final pass. Guido plays it for Hines. Stoppage time, from our knowledge, will be 1 minute. It's not too much to be added on.
Yeah, there hasn't been any injuries, really, just substitutions for both sides. Didn't think there would be much added on, if any.
Gilbert plays it back for Van Arsdale. Hines tries to play a through ball out wide, but taken back by FC Monmouth. Kupo now. A switch of fields, and that was a quick one to play. It's like she knew she was already there. Eva Matejcik on the far side. Matejcik's cross right into the comfort zone of Mackenzie Van Arsdale.
Yeah, that was a great initial fruit ball. They just didn't get much out of it.
Indicated there will be at least 1 minute of added time in the first half.
Good first touch there from Kaylee Nagel.
Here's a long ball. Doesn't get past Caitlin Mahala. Gilbert. Gilbert for Spear. Spear sends a long one toward net. And there won't need to be a play made there. So 0-0 is our score at the half. Real Central and FC Monmouth just trading possession, but no really key opportunities that we've saw. But we'll see if anything develops in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of good on the field, but a lot of things that they can both teams can definitely build on heading into the second half. 0-0 game. It should be a fun one in store for the second half.
Well, we'll see what transpires. Again, we thank you for tuning in to our WPSL East Region Game of the Week. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Here on the campus of Mercer County Community College, FC Monmouth Real Central, 0-0 game.
Friends at Duncraven Equestrian. We have some familiar faces on the field. It's Coach Thompson's kids, Owen and Emma. Here's how it's going to work. They're going to have to race around their respective mascot. We've got Mustard and Pretzel. One time and one time only. You start at that line, you run around your mascot, you come on back, and the first one to get here wins bragging rights for the next halftime horse race. Steven, let's change it up. Owen and Emma, ready, set, go! And they're off to the races. They're halfway down, heading for their mascots. Owen's got a slim lead. He turns left and heads for home. Owen trying to make it a man's game here, and Owen is your winner! Owen takes it by just a few feet over his sister Emma. That's why men rule. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it one more time for Owen and Emma!
And we welcome you back to Mercer County Community College. Again, this is the WPSL East Region Match of the Week between Real Central and FC Monmouth. Drosmus Gervas Leo alongside Max Fountain calling this one, as Mackenzie Van Arsdale has the first say in this second half.
And that's a good start from FC Monmouth out of the halftime break. A good push. Cross didn't really get anywhere in the end, but that's exactly what you want to see, building off of what we saw a lot in that first half. A lot of good opportunities, just nothing to show for it. But like we talked about going into the break, Drosmos, there hasn't really been that threatening opportunity, that statement made. We'll see if that comes early on in this second half.
Again, Real Central 4th in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division. Meanwhile, FC Monmouth in the lower parts of the standings at the moment, but still with 4 points. Jenny Ward trying to turn, can't get there just yet. Here's Lindsay Hines, can't get by that defender. Sherlanga tries to play it ahead for Morgan Kupo, who starts this second half. She did not start the game.
She had a really strong first half after coming into the game as a substitute, kind of everywhere. Her first touch was really good, and she was really good up front. It's going to be too far out of the reach for Real Central to be able to get to that.
Yeah, so another goal kick up and coming for Sage Santa Cruz, who I will say did make a few good, decent saves in that first half. She's definitely been the most active of the two keepers.
She had that really spectacular save where she that looked like a for sure goal into the right corner in the back of the net. She made a really good save to lunge out, made a really good effort to keep that out of the net.
Played centrally, Garcia. For Reese Pajeff, the 1-2. Intervened by Adriana Salzano.
Yeah, Salzano was there, so was Miley Jones. They both read that 1-2. They knew exactly what they were going to do. Now Real Central looking to push.
And here's a nice through ball for Bella Miller. Does she have enough pace to get to it? And unfortunately for Real Central and Co., it rolls out of play. So another goal kick. But you're starting to see Real Central try to be aggressive and, I guess, to kind of say this is going to be our half, sort of.
They are. They're doing a good job of setting that motto and tone. They just got to get their wingers more involved and more convened. And they're not really connecting on these passes right now. And look to get a little softer so you have a good chance there on the outside and able to potentially get a shot off of it.
FC Monmouth coming off a 5-3 win, their first of the season last week from today, on June 7th. A 5-3 victory over the Delaware Ospreys. Meanwhile, Real Central, a 2-1 loss against Love City on the road on June 9th.
Good win there from Real Central to win that back after FC Monmouth went with the switch. It worked perfectly. But Real Central, like they showed in the first half, they can match that really strongly defensively.
Miley Jones throws it down the line. Lizzie Arthur tried to head it backward. Instead, she'll bring it down to her feet. The cross disrupted, but Real Central keeps possession. Here's Kroos. To Bella Miller, trapped in that far corner. But it's taken away. Some really good defense from Marley Besser.
Really well done. Now they're looking to push.
But Gilbert is there once again, and from the games we've seen so far here at MCC Soccer Stadium, Allison Gilbert's been quite the stud defensively.
Yeah, and it looks like, too, from what we've noticed up until this point, Real Central's there at every first ball, every first touch. They're so strong and compact defensively.
This is a weak pass. Almost intercepted. FC Monmouth able to break out, but a poor touch there from Serlenga. Another through ball. Jenny Ward. Nice touch off the chest. Plays it out wide for Miller. Miller takes the one-on-one. Left-footed cross, headed out. There were numbers in the box there, just couldn't find them.
Good idea. They're just not able to connect on the pass.
Good positioning by Gilbert. But definitely a good idea, and one that probably would have worked if it gotten past her.
No, it definitely would have. Just need a little more on that pass to create the switch. Well, this might be trouble.
An unfortunate mistake from Gilbert as the through ball is played for Kupo. Saved.
Offsides.
But it won't matter. Offsides is called. Morgan Kupo nearly had goal number 1 of this match. But standing strong, Mackenzie Van Arsdale.
Yeah, Kupo was through. It came off an unfortunate mistake, an error there in the back from Real Central, and that's how it was created. But a good opportunity there. The flag was up, so if it wouldn't have counted. But also, like you mentioned, Van Arsdale standing strong there in net and did a really good job off her line.
Here comes Riley Hayes. Can't get the cross in the desired position. From our vantage point, we thought it was going to be possible deflection, but no. Corner, or excuse me, goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like it could have went off a white jersey last, but it was called out for a goal kick. But that's really good soccer from Real Central, and they've definitely shown they're showing some promise right now. They just got to put it all together. Great first touch.
Here comes Kroos. Plays it out wide. Bella Miller trying to get to it. Helping her. It was Jenny Ward, but a goal kick.
And Gerasimos, even though that went out for a goal kick, that was probably one of Real Central's best plays of the night. First, the initial touch by Kroos, and then the feed, finding Miller along the flanks, were just really well done and great soccer from Real Central, and a great example of playing like a team, and they did a great job of doing that right there.
They've definitely showed some really good possession, and they're starting to create something on the attack. We'll see if that translates to anything. Here's Crott. Sticks with it. Crott with a chance. Taylor Crott opens the scoring in this WPSL East Region Match of the Week. 1-0, Real Central.
And that's what happens, Gerasimos, when you take shots. And what a shot there by Taylor Crott, and what a goal. That was a huge finish from distance to give Real Central their first goal of the game, and to break the deadlock, Real Central leads 1-0. What a goal.
And what a strike that was. It was around the 18. And Real Central, we saw those opportunities coming for them quite easily so far in the second half, Max, and it's about time until they finally found one.
It is, and that was kind of the first time, Gerasimos, we've seen them strike from that distance, and they've had their opportunities. They just haven't made anything out of it up until that point. And Taylor Crott, the finisher for this Real Central New Jersey side, and I mean, you couldn't have finished that better. Put it in that top right corner, forcing a difficult play from Cruz. What a goal.
Now FC Monmouth trying to find their response. A 1-2. Gabby Miller plays it toward that near post. Just couldn't find Morgan Kupo.
And talk about the response. They're more than capable of doing it. They've had their fair share of opportunities in front of net. They just haven't put that final emphasis on that shot yet. Will that come? A lot of opportunity left to do so.
And this pass
Scored by number 15,
falls with Lizzie Arthur.
Taylor Crott. Goal scored in the 53rd minute. That's our first goal of the game, brought to you by First Bank.
Oh no, and this pass nearly.
Yeah,
A key opportunity for FC Monmouth. Thankfully, Mackenzie Van Arsdale for Real Central and Co. off her line to clear it out.
I was just about to say that. That was not hit sharply enough and almost a dangerous opportunity. Van Arsdale did a great job off her line.
Riley Hayes from distance. That time it does not get over Sage Santa Cruz.
Yeah, and saw what her teammate did. Why not take a shot? That was from much farther distance. That was going to be a tough one. But I like the idea is good, and keep taking those chances, and you might get something out of it.
Jones plays it ahead for Kroos. Kroos to Jenny Ward, but she's offside. But a good eye and still a good look for Real Central. Just got to time that up.
Yeah, after that first goal, things are kind of clicking right now. They can feel the energy, the momentum's going in favor of Real Central New Jersey. And for FC Monmouth, they're going to look to respond. And there's a lot of time left in this game for them to get that equalizer. So Real Central realizes that and got to keep up the intensity.
Knocked back and forth here. The header from Jones. Now FC Monmouth, maybe a chance. Morgan Cupo. Cupo! What a strike to knot things up. FC Monmouth not going down without a fight. 1-1. This match is.
That was pretty. I mean, I'm not sure which goal was nicer between the two sides. Two really good strikes by both sides. Cupo with the first touch, able to pull it back and get a much cleaner look, and then fires it away into the bottom left corner. No chance for Van Arsdale in goal. What a strike by Cupo.
Just found space, had the window, and just slotted it into that bottom left corner, Max. Just probably the perfect placement.
In the 57th minute.
Yeah, it was a really job well done, and it was a great initial pass as well.
Goals just separated by about 5 minutes, Max. So FC Monmouth with a quick response, and they want more. Here comes Reese Podgeff. Here's a cross to the far post. Gilbert denies it for now. And Miller.
Took a deflection.
Yeah, Gabby Miller had a decent try at it. And like you said, there will be a corner upcoming.
Yeah,
but FC Monmouth, you got to respect the response they've put up after giving up the first goal of the match.
And it looked like for Real Central New Jersey, they were going to have the second and go up 2-0. And then FC Monmouth out in a hurry, and now they have another chance at going in front. Like you said, really good response and really well executed.
So this one will be at the near corner. Will be a left-footed cross here. And it comes. Going to the far post. Touches it. It's being bounced around. Cleared out for the time being. Still there. The shot comes in. Another block. Real Central can't fully clear. Here's the volley. And they're saying deflection, and it looks like FC Monmouth will get their way.
Yeah, and that was left in a place in kind of no man's land, Gerasimos. A place you don't want to be in if you're Real Central New Jersey. And they got a little bit lucky there. And it's now another opportunity for FC Monmouth to pounce on the doorstep, and we'll see if they're able to do so.
Looks like Serlenga will send this one in. Once again. Here comes the cross. Far post again. Goes off multiple heads. But it's ultimately out for another goal kick. So again, FC Monmouth with some really nice possessions after allowing the first goal. But Real Central has to really find what they think they did in those first 10 minutes.
They do, and they have to get back to what was working from that goal, and they've kind of been on their heels these last few minutes. It's been a tough task defensively. Get back to what was working, keep the possession and the work rate up. Still a lot of time left in this game, and we're all knotted up at 1 apiece.
Heavy pressure coming from Real Central. Miley Jones steps in. Plays it across field for the goal scorer, Taylor Crott. Crott tried to kindly chip it over, but just couldn't reach. Another red kit, now FC Monmouth. Looking to transition. Kupo to the far side, another opportunity here, but still numbers in favor of Real Central. The cross of middle, oh my goodness! A picture-perfect volley from Reese Ponjeff.
And that was a fantastic ball put into the middle, left it for Ponjeff, and what a volley. Just a fantastic finish for FC Monmouth. What a goal.
And once again, they are turning it up. They even had a disadvantage in numbers, and the cross was able to find the left foot of Ponjeff and makes direct contact with the inside of the foot. And now it's a 2-1 game FC Monmouth lead.
Yeah, and Gerasimo's the most impressive part about it too. Even though it was a phenomenal cross in, just the pace by Ponjeff to finish that one time, come around, that's not easy. That's not easy to do. As that's going to go out of play for a Real Central throw. Oftentimes you'll see that go over the net and get too much underneath it. Ponjeff timed that perfectly. Great run, great volley. Two fantastic goals by FC Monmouth.
And the first substitutions of the second half have arrived for FC Monmouth.
Number 23, Logan Myers, and number 14, Maddie DiEugenio.
Logan Myers and Maddie DiEugenio
Alexis Garcia, and number 16,
enter the match.
Peyton Gallagher.
And again, I don't think we really mentioned this just yet, but Serlinga, the one to send that cross in, and I mean, just puts it in literally the exact spot it needed it to be for FC Monmouth to take the lead.
Couldn't have asked for a better ball from Serlinga. Just absolutely well done.
But Real Central now, after scoring first, down 1, they're now going to try to equalize. Lindsey Hines plays it out wide. Here's a chance. Bella Miller cuts, shoots to the far post. Lizzie Arthur maybe had a chance at it.
Yeah, just a little out of Arthur's reach there on that far near post, and just couldn't come around on it. And Gerasimo's going back to the 2 goals from FC Monmouth. Here's the thing, there's not really anything Real Central New Jersey can do about them, because they weren't really any mistakes. It's just real 2 phenomenal goals from FC Monmouth. Nothing better you could ask for. Just picture perfect, and just job well done.
And Gilbert able to avoid another scare as the new substitute, Lena Major, clears it out. It's still kind of absurd, Max, that, all 3 of those goals kind of, back to back to back and within like 10 minutes of play.
Yeah, no, and it was an answer in a hurry, and just a really good response after going down 1-0.
And FC Monmouth,
that's a great ball.
They want more. As Kiana Barber couldn't find her footing there. Heavy contact, ball played down the line nevertheless. Jenny Ward there to receive. Played again, but no red kit there. It was cleared out by Sophia Gelanella. Now a volley ahead, Jenny Ward in the area. Maybe Bella Miller as well, but that's cleared out wide. Marley Besser got the best of Jenny Ward there for the time being.
Yeah, Besser won the footsteps there and did a really good job of tracking that down.
Here's a throw down the goal line. Taylor Crott, the lone goal scorer for Real Central. Arthur plays it across, looking for Bella Miller. Just too much pace on that pass couldn't get the touch, so we'll have a throw for FC Monmouth near that far corner.
Yeah, now for Real Central, now being down 2-1, we're entering inside the 66th minute, roughly. They got to start picking things up a little bit and getting back to what was working, getting back into this game, now falling behind. This is a good start.
Miller charges in, down the goal line, plays it across goal, but she is...
It's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just over the goal line, like you said there, Max. Just unfortunate if you're Real Central, but at least, you know, if you're head coach Brian Thompson and company, you're at least liking what you're seeing now.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a really good setup, and that's much better. And that was what was working in the earlier parts of this game, those through balls alongside the flanks, and then get a centering cross. Now they got to take advantage of these opportunities.
Natalia Kroos plays it ahead. Bella Miller might be able to get there, just can't win the race, says Sage Santa Cruz. Picks it up. Here's a long ball down the wing. Maybe another opportunity for Kiana Barber. Barber shot. Saved by Mackenzie Van Arsdale. Able to get her hands up in time.
Barber got a good look at it. Just didn't get enough underneath that shot. But FC Monmouth once again on the doorstep trying to pounce and get another one. There's a foot race.
And here they are again. Kupo plays it backward. And now Barber again. Ooh, a decent chance on the one-timer. Just slipped.
Yeah, that was a good initial setup to get Barber a good look. But like you mentioned, she slipped on that one.
Your attention, please. Substitutions for
So
both
some
teams
substitutions
in the 68th minute. For Real Central New Jersey,
before
returning
we
to
see the goal
action,
kick.
Number 5, Anna Guido.
So Anna Guido is back in action.
Replacing number 10, Lizzie Arthur. And for FC Monmouth, Leah Howe returning for number 5, Sophia Celanella.
And here comes Leah Howe, and we saw what she was able to do in that first half, Max. She's pretty physical, I think, on the wing there, and
yeah,
she's a pretty strong fullback.
Now she had a really strong first half, looking to build off of that first half here in the second now, and now reaching a point where they need some goals, as that clock is going to continue to tick away.
Now it's back with Bella Miller. Plays it out wide. Lena Major tried to continue on. So now throw back with FC Monmouth. Nearing the 70th minute, still lots of time. And we've already seen all 3 of the goals scored in this game in these past 20 or so minutes.
Completely. Yeah, now it's been a little quiet for Real Central, but they're moving the ball quick here.
Here's Guido. Cuts inside. Is able to get it left across in there, headed out. Hines can't win the 50-50.
Good defense there from FC Monmouth.
Now FC Monmouth the other way. A nice through ball. Perfect placement. Serlenga on the far side. Can't get by. Some really good defense from Major.
Good defense up from both sides right now. Slowing down the attack.
The Eugenio. Out wide to Serlenga. And can't reach it before it goes over the touchline.
Your attention, please.
Looks like we have even more substitutions coming up.
For FC Monmouth in the 70th minute.
Serlenga does seem to be exiting.
Entering the pitch, number 20.
She's had a really good game for FC Monmouth. Kind of been all over the place.
It looks like Ava Matasic, one of the new entries for FC Monmouth. Again, this is part of the game, especially in the Women's Premier Soccer League, Max. You got to time your substitutions right, and I think for FC Monmouth, they know they have a lead, and they want some fresh legs out there to defend that lead.
Yeah, and on the flip side of things, too, for the home team being down now 2-1. Kind of now it's kind of a technical and tactical part of the game, trying to figure out what works best, what adjustments can we make, and if you're head coach Brian Thompson, he's definitely going to think about that.
And Guido had some nice progression for a second. Unfortunately, loses it for Real Central.
Oh, great
and now
ball.
Here's another nice through ball. And Ava Gianlanello almost had a chance at net.
Looked like some miscommunication there.
Played out wide. Here comes the cross to the far post. Matasik was there, but so was Miley Jones, and it looks like she'll win her side a free kick.
Yeah, and for FC Monmouth, they weren't too happy with that call, as they thought that was a clean play. It probably would have been a goal kick either way, so didn't really affect it too much.
Another Real Central sub upcoming. But here's the goal kick from Mackenzie Van Arsdale. Alexander Van Arsdale also on the pitch right now.
Great touch.
Here's Kupo, scissor move. Nearly worked to perfection, just too big of a touch. Now Miley Jones double team on the near corner. Able to get ahead to Guido. And nice recovery. FC Monmouth back with it. And again, that's Leo Howe. She's been able to get to those 50-50s all night.
Gerasimo's, you got to love the way for FC Monmouth how they're moving the ball right now. Just quick, side to side, finding feet. They're in no panic mode right now here with the 2-1 lead inside the 73rd minute.
And here comes Kiana Barber. A through ball might
ball.
find a white kid. It's in front of goal. Oh, man. Sam Versnell skies it. That could have been the dagger if you're FC Monmouth and Real Central. They survive.
I think for Versnell, she thought she was running out of time. She kind of panicked when that ball came in. That was a great through ball to find Versnell inside the 18 there. Just a little panic mode coming there, and she had a lot more time than she realized, and she could have tapped that in. A missed opportunity there for FC Monmouth.
Yeah, that was a big one and a beautiful ball played as well by Barber.
Couldn't have asked for a better through ball.
Bridget Cuddy and Hannah Spear, meanwhile, enter for Real Central. And here's Cuddy. Plays it across into the 18. Hayes can't get the shot off. Now with Lindsay Hines. Hines has pressure on her back, tries to switch fields. Now it's back with Hines, trying to control the midfield. As that one just gets away from hers. Kupo did a good job intervening. And a nice pullback, some nifty footwork to get out of that.
Really good.
Lindsay Hines again, just showing her worth in the midfield in this second half.
Yeah, for Real Central, they're a little packed right now in that midfield. It's got to open up and try and find feet.
Here's the long ball. And just can't find anyone there. Real Central's been trying to find that next big opportunity. Again, the first goal was an ambitious try, but they're trying to also try to connect on some of these long balls.
No, completely. They're just trying to get something going, moving upfield.
On the far side, takes a deflection. Oh, out for another FC Monmouth throw. 75th minute. A 2-1 game. Goals from Real Central's Taylor Crott. And FC Monmouth, it was Reese Podgeff who scored the leading goal after
Ooh, what a
Maureen
ball.
Kupo with the first one. This could be another goal for them. Ava Matasik glides it right into Mackenzie Van Arsdale's hands.
That's really good soccer from FC Monmouth. 4 passes, Gerasimos, in that build-up to set up that scoring chance. Just couldn't get anything out of it.
Hayes gets out of a jam. Hines tried to play a long ball, took a deflection, but may have been a blessing in disguise. And now it will go back the other way. It took a few deflections. Some really nice footwork again from Morgan Kupo.
Yeah, she's probably been FC Monmouth's best player in this game. She's really skilled well technically, and she knows what to do with that first touch every single time. That's a good ball if they get there.
The pressure's coming in. Again, for those fresh legs of Bridget Cuddy, trying to put them to good use. Miley Jones takes advantage of the mistake. Here's Hines again. Right in the midfield. With Lena Major. Plays it wide. Real Central trying to build from the back. Possible long ball incoming. This one headed straight up in the air. And now knocked out of play. So Real Central now in their attacking third. They have a throw.
And this is the time. They got to push up the intensity a little bit. Get some scoring chances. Now they have a throw in their attacking third. Push things forward.
Here's Kraus.
It looks like Real Central's going to have a substitution coming in as well.
With the back four once again. Natalia Kroos ahead for Lindsay Hines. Back to Kroos. Has room to work with. Try to play it up the middle. Just knocked it into many white kits. Played wide. And now another through ball. FC Monmouth might be in business once again. But some really good defense from Allison Gilbert. She wins that race over Sam Versnell.
Yeah, Gilbert did a really good job there, first to the ball when they needed it most. Couldn't give up that crucial third goal to give FC Monmouth the 2-goal advantage.
And here comes Morgan Kupo, who scored the first goal of the night for FC Monmouth, trying to go all the way. Trips in the box. No call made. The away supporters pleading for it.
That definitely looked like a foul, Gerasimos. I think FC Central got, I think for Real Central, they got away with one there. Is there the jersey pull originally and then the retaliation after it, and definitely looked like there was a foul in the build-up there, and referee must have not seen it.
Guido charging after this one. And again, sometimes it's just really tough to make those calls inside the box. I mean, I think the officials just know how vital of a call that is, and especially when there's a foul in the box, it will take a lot for the official to award it.
Yeah, I was wondering if the original one with the jersey tug is usually that would be a yellow card as well.
Bridget Cuddy in the 80th minute, still 2-1 in favor of FC Monmouth. Lindsay Hines has space to work with in the midfield. Again, Real Central.
That's a good ball.
They've had a solid season, and they're trying to keep it up with Miley Jones down the left wing, trying to keep it in, but it rolls out of play. Again, Real Central fourth in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division, as we'll have a flurry of substitutions for FC Monmouth.
Yeah, it looks like Kupo's one of them coming off for FC Monmouth. She has had a really good game. as we enter inside the 80th minute.
Not a lot of time left for
Now,
Real Central to maybe knot things up.
time is definitely not in their favor. They got to keep pushing, create some scoring opportunities here as they enter inside the final 10 minutes of this game.
Now on the far side, Real Central clearing out of harm's way, but another throw for FC Monmouth.
And for FC Monmouth, they're going to be in no rush now. Every throw in, it's going to be a little relaxed, take a breath,
Now on the pitch, number 2, Marley
get organized,
Besser.
and
Number 9, Alexis
they've
Garcia,
had a really good
and number
game.
15, Ali Serlenga.
You know, if it wasn't for those 2 goals, you know, it'd be
Number 13,
1-0.
Morgan
Those were 2
Kupo,
fantastic goals. I
23,
mean, you couldn't have
Logan
placed it perfectly. Look at this, Terasmos. That's going to be offsides.
And yeah, another offsides call, but you definitely said it best. Those were both some, I mean, they weren't knick-knacky goals
No.
for FC Monmouth. They were some really nice goals.
Yeah.
I mean, one hit the bottom left corner, and then from, going across the net, and then you have the second goal from Pagif that just completely one-time volley inside the 6. I mean, it's just finesse.
And that's the thing, too, for Real Central. They can't be too mad at themselves because this is a really strong FC Monmouth side, and they've played well. They've been up for the task. They had a really nice goal, and then a really good save in the first half from Santa Cruz. That could have been a second. So they've had their chances. It's just been unfortunate, and again, credit to FC Monmouth, really good soccer, and the goals have come when they've mattered most, and they've responded in a hurry after going down 1-0.
Yeah, Real Central, again, dropped their first game on Tuesday the 9th. They're still in 4th with 2 wins and a loss. FC Monmouth in 6th, 2 positions. So FC Monmouth just trying to ride some momentum. As fighting for this one is Sydney Ragland. And it's going to be awarded for Real Central. So some physical action on the near side, and now a free kick.
Yeah, and that's a good battle there between both players of Real Central and FC Monmouth. Too much physicality for the referee's liking, but can't ask for the effort. Can't ask enough from the effort of both players.
Natalia Kroos looking to be the one to send this in. Everyone crowded on that far side of the 18. We'll see what runs are made as FC Monmouth tries to hold their line.
This is a big play in this game.
Not with little time left in the 84th minute. Long ball inside the header. It's going to sail down the goal line out for another goal kick.
I will say that. I will say this. That was a great ball from Natalia Kraus there. Just couldn't have placed it better. And there were 3 jerseys in that area and took a header over the net. But really good opportunity there for a potential goal to even things up at 2 apiece.
Being fought for on the far side. Real Central just can't find the right touches. As that one got away from Bryn Kozlowski.
And that's really well done from FC Monmouth out of the back, because you got to be careful when you're in the back there. One mistake could be the difference maker and be the equalizer. They get it right back.
Real Central just receiving a lot of pressure. FC Monmouth trying to make sure things stay in their attacking third, but that time defending outside the laws, and here comes a free kick.
And the referee's going to go talk to the FC Monmouth bench as they're not happy with the officiating. It's going to be a yellow card to FC Monmouth's bench.
Must have been too much talking over there.
You could kind of tell that was coming. It probably is leading up from that where the jersey was tugged outside the box. No call there. That potential penalty kick. Then there was one down here that went against them, and then this one. So it was definitely coming, Gerasimos. It was just a matter of time.
Well, they know how big this result could be. Again, FC Monmouth, they have 4 points this season. And the win here, and they can jump Real Central in the standings. A draw for Real Central at this stage of the match would be huge. But they still need to find that second goal. Taken away by Gilbert. Played up the middle. Splits defenders. Kozlowski. Back for Jones. Jones, a quick switching of the fields. And it was a smart play there. But the touch might be too much there. As it's played down the line, and it looks like it will be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just a little too much English on that one, and
Your attention,
just got to
please.
keep it a little calmer,
A
especially
caution
being
has been
down a
issued by the
goal.
referee
Just
to the FC Monmouth
connect
bench
on those
in
passes,
the
be
85th
careful.
minute.
And it looks like it was Guido that kind of, I guess, lost that touch
Yeah.
there. And, you know, maybe signs of panic, maybe playing it down the line, but still.
Well, yeah, too, and, you know, the time is definitely ticking and not in their favor, too. They need goals in a hurry, and they need whatever option can lead to that. And for Guido, you know, time and space was as they get it right back.
This one rolls out of play. Did it take a touch off of
did.
FC Monmouth? It did. Here comes the corner, and look at the urgency.
And that comes from the press, Gerasimos, simply being right there to be able to be on a white jersey, first to the ball, and they get a corner in result of it. Just job well done and realizing the urgency in this game.
Guido brought that to the corner almost immediately, knowing that time is not in their favor, like you kind of said, Max. Gilbert, the long ball, but gets over the head of Ragland. Jenny Ward now trying to get on the end of it. This could go over the touchline, and it's kept in. A job well done by FC Monmouth for now.
That was impressive.
Gabby Miller plays it in the middle, and FC Monmouth might be in business. Play down the
Great
middle.
ball.
Here comes an opportunity on the right wing. The cross. And the header just goes over. That one by Ava Matejsik. Reese Podjeff again active on the attack.
Yeah, not far off. And Reese Podjeff, a really good setup. Mahazik right there in front, just got a little too much underneath it. But a good opportunity there from FC Monmouth, where they've had a lot of chances in this game, especially here in the second half.
So we're in the 89th minute. Again, time is only ticking. And it looks like we've received word we will have at least 2 minutes of stoppage time. This cross, probably the easiest one to handle if you're Mackenzie Van Arsdale.
Yeah, they got to go in a hurry. They got to push quick.
Now it's on the far side. It's Serlinga. The shot deflected.
That was a really good save by Mackenzie Van Arsdale. Good positioning on her near post. But for Real Central, time is not in their favor. Like you said, 2 minutes of stoppage time, not much time to work with once we reach the 90th minute.
And we are right in that 90th minute now. So, I mean, we've seen crazy things, especially in this sport. But, I mean, you go back and you look at how this match kind of transpired. Real Central came out with a lot of energy in this second half. They got the early goal off that crazy long shot from Taylor Crott. And then next thing you know it, Kupo and had the first goal. And then Podjeff had the second one, the one-timer, the volley in the box. But it's being fought for in the far corner. It looks like it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, right now it's for Real Central, it's about moving quick and getting it out of your own area on the field. They got to go quick. And that's a good start, but they give it right back.
A nice deflection Real Central needs to work with something here. Raglan plays it out wide.
Your attention, please.
A nice turn made
Official has indicated there will be at
by
least
Lena Major
2 minutes of
as
added time
Crow
in the
now
second
keeps
half.
possession in favor of Real Central. Jenny Ward cuts inside. Ward had eyes towards net, but goes wide and just can't find the frame there, and time will continue the tick.
It's the right decision, just couldn't get enough outswinging on that ball. And, you know, she had a good angle to be able to take a shot. Got to take advantage of those opportunities when you're down 2-1 and now here into stoppage time. Got to be in a hurry.
This ball on the far side. Matasik just couldn't find a teammate there. Real Central still has to work quickly, as we're officially in stoppage time here at Mercer County Community College. They come away with it, FC Monmouth. Still moving with it. Matasik plays it back, but intercepted by Alex Van Arsdale. Some tugging of the jerseys. Van Arsdale falls, and that'll be enough to award the kick.
Yeah, that was a good battle by both players there. That's a tough call for the official. I mean, both players are pushing and shoving there. Could have gone either way. Now for Real Central, they got to go.
And they'll have a throw. Knocked out again, but they are progressing into the attacking third. This could be their final real chance.
You got to take this throw quick. I would assume it's going to be a long one.
Here comes the throw. Intended for Raglan. Taken back. Guido plays it across. Ward's header centrally takes another touch toward the net. And diving on top of it, Sage Santa Cruz. And that is going to be the final action of the match. And just like that, FC Monmouth, they come back from down 1-0 in the second half to win this one 2-1. They jump Real Central in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division. It's a huge win for them. And for Real Central, their second consecutive loss. They got to get some things right before the next match.
They do, and they have a lot of things to figure out. This was a tough one for them. And credit a lot to FC Monmouth because they were the better team. They moved really quickly. They had some really good shots, some really good opportunities. 2 goals were spectacular. I mean, nothing you can do about them. Real Central, they had their chances like that one at the end of this game to try and get that equalizer and try and come back into this game. But the better team came out on top, and it's a well-deserved 3 points for FC Monmouth.
I'll tell you what, this certainly was the East Region Match of the Week in the WPSL, the Women's Premier Soccer League. It lived up to the hype. It was a nice back-and-forth battle, one that FC Monmouth was able to take care of. So they win this one 2-1 here from the campus of Mercer County Community College. We thank you very much for tuning in to this broadcast, courtesy of the WPSL and the Mid-Atlantic Conference Colonial Division. I'm Gerasimus Gervasio alongside Max Found, and huge thanks to our cameraman Brett Gardner and our 2 fantastic producers, Keegan Thompson and Jacob Mischel. We'll see you next time here from Mercer County Community College, and we thank you again and hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.